I'm at this party 'cause they brought me here to drive, but I guess I'll try to have a good time. And I don't mind 'cause I'm almost in the circle.
Welcome to Texas Local Live. We're here at the ranch in Las Colinas doing some interviews this evening and going to have some great music coming up here later on tonight. But for this first part, we've got some interviews. And to start off the evening, we have Miss Layne here. How are you doing this night?
I'm doing good.
Good. Good to see you. We are so glad you're here. Layne Elizabeth Music is where you can find her stuff. She has been doing this so very long. Yeah, I know that's a joke, but how long have you been playing music?
It's almost been 2 years, I think.
2 years,
Yeah.
okay. So is that since you've been actually playing, like guitar
That's,
and writing,
how
or
long
just
I've been,
songwriting?
like, playing it, songwriting.
Original stuff.
And just playing. But I've been doing music my whole life.
Okay, very cool.
But I haven't been performing in front of people.
Oh yeah,
until
a couple
about-
years. So where'd you get into music? Who got you turned on to that?
Well, I was in a band with a couple friends,
Nice.
actually. We were not that good. We sang like Taylor Swift
Hey,
covers,
there you
and you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was just a little keyboardist in the back because I was really shy and nervous. I would have never sung in front of anyone. And eventually they kind of just got me to sing, and I realized, I kind of want to just do my own stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so when was this? This was 2 years ago then, yeah?
No, this was
Or is it
even
recent?
before that. But
Yeah.
I didn't actually start, I was too scared. I secretly loved, when they would put me, they were like, hey, you want to, sing a lead song? Because we know you can kind of sing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I still was, I secretly loved it, even though I was, really shy.
Sure.
And, but, yeah, eventually, just 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I was invited by a friend to perform at the Prophet Bar in Dallas.
Oh, great venue.
And for some reason, something just came into me, and I was just like, sure, I'll do it. And so I performed, just me and my guitar, and
That's
I loved
awesome.
it. I
That
want
is
to do it
awesome.
again.
Yeah, Prophet Bar gets you too. That's a great spot too. That's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Was it you and a couple other bands, I guess, like a little showcase? Or?
It was me and a couple other solo
Yeah.
artists.
Okay.
The people that I was in the band with also performed
Oh,
their
very
own
nice.
solo
Very
stuff.
nice.
So
Oh,
it was
that's
the
good.
first for everyone.
That's cool. And she's 16, by the way, just in case you're watching out here in, the Instagram, Facebook world, or you're here live listening to her talk. She's 16 years old doing this. This is incredible. You have that just that power going into this. Is awesome. It's great. Have the courage to get up there and do that. But once you do it, it's done, right? You love it. It's like you won't go back.
Yeah, I was
So.
not as nervous as I was. Pretty nervous going up to it, but then
Yeah.
once I got on the stage, it completely disappeared,
Right.
and I got off and I was like, I want to do this again for
Every
the
day.
rest of my
Yeah.
life.
That's amazing. What a cool feeling. So tell us about what you've accomplished in the past couple of years. I know you're just getting into it, but tell us some stuff that you've gotten done.
Well, I've played some pretty cool places. I actually opened for Kane Brown one time,
Okay.
which is really awesome. And it was actually pretty funny. This was about a year ago, and obviously no one knew who I was because I'm
Yeah.
not even close to famous. And it was in Grapevine, so most of the people who know me are in Denton because that's where I'm from.
Okay.
And I was going around trying to pass out my cards to people, and there was this one group of people that had been there since the beginning that I had talked to, and no one wanted my card. No one cared about who I was. And then these people were like, "Hey, we want your card. Can we get your autograph?" Because I had
Oh.
made friends with them before, and they wanted a picture with me. And then as soon as they did, everyone came up to me and they were like, "Oh, can we get a picture with you? Can we get your autograph?" Just blindly because they
That's
saw the
crazy.
other people do
Yeah.
it. So they just assumed I was famous.
Gotta
It
have
was-
the first leader go up there and start it off for him.
yeah, I
right?
just thought it was so funny how everyone just as soon as they did, everyone wanted.
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's so cool. What a cool feeling too to have somebody just care that much, and they'd seen you before at another show, and then they're all about seeing you and getting your autograph and doing
Yeah,
that.
it's
That's a cool
always-
feeling. It's humbling, right?
Mhm.
It's a very different feeling. So you've played a bunch of venues. Have you got any recordings or anything going?
Yeah, I just actually released a single not too long ago.
Oh,
It's
very
called Third Wheel. Go check it out.
Yes. Where can we find that? Where can everybody find
It's
this?
on iTunes, Spotify, basically any music streaming
Self-titled
app.
album, or just like under that album name?
Yeah, it's just a single. It's just Third Wheel, Layne
Okay.
Elizabeth.
Third Wheel, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check that out and promote that a little bit for you then. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So where have you been? You're from Denton, right?
Mm-hmm.
So have you done any little festivals up there? I know they have some pretty cool
Yeah, I
backyard
did
festivals going
Thin
on.
Line, which
Oh
is like the film
very
festival.
cool. Yeah.
I've done the Jazz Fest before.
Yeah.
I do a lot of festivals like in the McKinney area.
Oh, very
I've done a
nice. Yeah.
few.
That's where I'm from. That's where I started playing too.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's awesome.
But I did the McKinney Wine and Music Festival.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
I'm gonna
one.
do you know where Bliss Fest? Do you know what Bliss Fest is?
Sounds familiar, but
It's
no.
like in Prosper, that area.
Okay.
I'm doing that this year, and I also did that last year. So that's
Oh, very cool. Okay, so you got some stuff lined up then.
Mhm.
As my next question to you was, what do you have coming up this year, leading into that festival track?
Oh gosh, I really can't keep track of my own
Yeah,
schedule.
no,
but I
it
know
doesn't
I'm-
have to be to the date, but there's some stuff coming up, basically.
Yeah, I know I'm doing Bliss Fest again, which is in Prosper and Windsong Ranch. My website's got all my stuff on
That's
it.
what I was going to say
Yeah.
next. Yeah, where can you find that website and get all those details from you? So
It's just LayneElizabethMusic.com.
that's easy enough to
Or-
remember.
No,
Oh,
wait,
wait.
it's LayneElizabeth.com.
LayneElizabeth.com. Let's not mess that up. We got it now.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I like to get into the artist's mind a little bit here, too, 'cause I'm an artist myself. I like to songwrite, and I would kind of came from a similar, kind of similar. I was a little older when I started, but writing at home and then kind of going out and just playing some stuff with some buddies, and then just finally doing open mic and like putting yourself out there and just all on the stage by yourself with a guitar. It's a little
Yeah.
bit daunting at first. So what is it that gets you in that mindset, I guess, now? Like, what is it pre-show that you like to do to get you up there, get settled in? Or anything, if that matter. If you're just so confident at this point, you just
well,
go.
I just love performing and being
So
on
it's
stage
over,
and just
yeah.
sharing my music.
Good.
So yeah, I don't really get nervous anymore. I get excited
Good.
to come up and
Good.
sing.
So then, just my segue question to then, what is it if you're songwriting? Because that is, you got to have something that you get into that. Do you just record stuff on your own? Do you have like little snippets on your iPhone or phone
yeah,
that you just
I
listen
do.
to and
I
then
use
go
my
write lyrics?
voice memos on
Yeah.
my iPhone. Sometimes, usually, like I'll wake up at like 3 in the morning and be like, I feel like writing a song, and
Something
I'll just
hits.
go into my closet. That's where I
Nice.
That's where I sit and
That's a
write my
good
song.
acoustic spot. That's awesome.
Mhm.
And record on like GarageBand or something too. Do you do any of your own recordings?
Not really. I have like a little tiny recording setup in my house, but usually it's too chaotic in there. I have like 2 siblings and like
Okay.
a bunch of dogs.
Nice.
and-
Get them on the track too. Get some
Yeah.
collars jingling.
So it's really hard to find time, like unless I'm home by myself to
Yeah.
record. But
To get it going. Where did you record your single then?
I recorded it at a place called Solar Way Studios in Denton.
Okay.
He's got one of my friends that I know, he's got a really cool loft space that he has, and so I recorded it in there.
Okay. So you got the full thing going there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Have you been to gotten to see any other studios around the place yet? Have you
I
guys like
have.
toured anything else?
When I had the little band I was in, we recorded with Bob Parr, do you know?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we recorded with him, and we also recorded at a place called Cafe Solo Studios.
Okay.
So
Solo studios are in the works for you, huh? You like that? that
a
name?
long time ago, I got to go tour the Capitol Records studios.
Nice.
So that's where I would love
The
to
goal.
record someday.
That's the
Yeah.
goal. Okay, so you saw the light, and now you're ready to go chase it down. I like that. That's awesome. That's a great thing to have. So that's so cool. Okay, so you're young. You're definitely moving. I mean, you're moving in every direction possible at this point. Do you only do solo stuff now, or are you trying to build a band, or what are you thinking about that?
I was in a little band very recently, like less than 2 years ago. I had brought some people from the old band I started with, and our guitar player from that band, we started a little band, and it was called the Backup Plan because it was like our backup plan
Nice.
since the other band broke up.
Clever.
But we like all parted ways because one of the girls was going off to college, and I wanted to do like solo stuff. So
Right.
we all just went our different directions.
Everything's moving on. People growing up, going out.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your plan going to be for the college transition, or as you transition through high school and out of this with music? Obviously, I'm sure you'll still play, but what are your thoughts on that? It's a kind of a unique perspective we have here. It's very rare we have someone this young that's able to have this.
Well, I definitely before I wanted to do music. That one profit bar gig. I wanted to be a psychiatrist.
Nice.
So I was planning it all out in my head, and then as soon as I started performing, that all got thrown out the window.
Oh, did it?
So I don't really have a lot of solid plans. I'm hoping by the time I'm 18 that I'll already have a record deal, because that's the goal right now.
Okay.
I'm really trying to do that, or already have some sort of foundation for my music career.
Yeah.
But that's the end goal, would be a record deal.
I like it. I like that a lot. And then I only ask, of course, it's the norm, right, going into that scene of college, but this is a very a non-normal career choice, is having the music career, especially this young, realizing it. Most people realize in college or later on that they're even savvy to do this, but it's interesting to hear that perspective of it and how you're just going all in on it.
I'll probably apply for a UNT scholarship, because I know they got a good music program, just to keep the options open.
Yeah, so you would study music then, I guess you would to study music.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Very cool. Get as much as that theory as you can possibly get, because it goes a long way. It really does. I went back to college, actually, and tried to apply to music, because I at first went in for exercise science, like kinesiology, science, and I played music all through that time, and I was just focusing on that, and went into the music school, and they're like, you're way too old, and you don't know anything, basically. He's starting at zero, and these kids are 12 and 11 that are already applying, that are just that skilled, and so it's okay, you're out, you lose.
That's crazy.
So I have to live with all the skills I teach myself from YouTube and Google.
Yeah,
and
that'd
that's
be
all
embarrassing, being showed up by 11, 12-year-olds.
They're phenomenal musicians. They're phenomenal. It's incredible nowadays what if you're at young enough age to get to learn and to be put into this situation. It's just incredible. So I like to think that was my one shot at that. But I'll still studying theory, and highly recommend, if you do opt to go that route. Actually, get a record deal is the game, hopefully. But we'll see what happens after that. So you did mention you played keys in your first band you were in. So you still dabble in that? Was that your first instrument you learned?
Keyboard is actually just the piano is actually my main instrument. Okay. But I sing more folky stuff. Yeah. So I don't usually play piano when I perform, because I feel like it turns it into a ballad instantly when you got just the keys. So usually I play guitar, and people will come up to me like, "Oh yeah, you're so good at guitar!" And I've only been playing for about a year and a half or 2 years almost. But really, I just capo everything, and I just play it in the key of G. So I've got my 7 chords that I know, and I'm good to go.
Hey, you learn the capo quick. That's all that matters. You got that down. Change the key, and then you're moving around.
I mean, as long as everyone else doesn't know.
Oh, who cares? Yeah. I mean, gosh. You can make a whole career on 3 chords, and you're good to go. That's all you need. Look up pretty much. I won't go down that route, actually. There's plenty of albums I can pick on that, but that's not fair. So, okay, so you got stuff coming up this year. You've got things planned out. You don't know what you're doing in college. You don't know what's going to happen, but all you do know is you saw Capitol Records, and that's your end game, is you're trying to get to that recording area. I love that a lot. What about your friends? I mean, what are they saying about all this? Are they supportive if they can come see you? Yeah,
definitely. They'll, show up to my shows randomly.
That's awesome.
And then sometimes they'll make me laugh while I'm singing, so that's not always good. But
that's good training, though. Block them out a little
bit.
Yeah,
they're all really supportive, and they'll brag about me on social media. It's really nice.
Yeah, and then social media part is also big kicker too.
Yeah.
So you said you have cards and stuff. Do you do that kind of I'm sure you meet people at shows, shake hands, other bands and stuff like that. But are you primarily on social media when you do your promotions? Instead of, I'm sure you're not staying out till 2 a.m, handing out flyers and meeting people.
No,
so.
I just ran out of all my cards too. I gotta get some new ones.
Okay.
But I'm really bad at social media.
Really?
I try. Yeah. It's just it's so hard to create content.
You gotta once you do it, you have to always do it. It's
I know. So I've got a little folder of pictures I can post to Instagram that I've collected, but I mean, sometimes my life just isn't that interesting. Besides I can Yeah, I can post like where I'm playing and like the
Yeah.
shows.
Oh, well,
but,
yeah,
like,
that stuff. But I mean, engaging and building a crowd, you got to have
yeah,
that.
it's really hard.
Yeah, it's tough. Trust us. That guy knows. Jed right over there knows all about that. He's the king of that, man. He started from nothing, and now we're just slightly above nothing. It's going pretty good so far. So speaking of social media, why don't we tell the people where to find you and follow you? That way we can get that boosted a little bit maybe.
Okay, well, I've got Instagram, Facebook, and that's just Layne Elizabeth Music, and that's where I post about my life and just where I'm playing. And I also have a YouTube channel, which is just Layne Elizabeth, and I've got some just original songs and covers and stuff on there.
Very cool.
I'm pretty sure there's probably some interviews floating around YouTube
yeah.
somewhere.
There's going to be another one coming up pretty soon, so yeah. Very cool. Awesome. And then the website, LayneElizabeth.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then anything SoundCloud, Reverb, anything like that? Or
I have a
I'm sure we can Google you.
Nation, but
don't keep up with that one as much.
I mean, you can. My Spotify's got
Spotify
Layne
too.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
There you go. We're just trying to find everything we can because you never know nowadays. Everybody's only got one thing they use, and that's it. So.
Yeah.
Well, Layne, it has been a pleasure doing the talking up here. It's been awesome.
You.
Yeah, we're going to get some music here in a little bit, but it's great to hear your story and hear how you got into this. It's awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for hanging around, and we'll be right back for some live music. Thanks.
I'm always at the end of the couch. When the sidewalk ends, I'll be back by myself. I'm at this party 'cause they brought me here to drive, but I guess I'll try to have a good time. And I don't mind 'cause I'm almost in the circle. So I tell myself there isn't enough room. This bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. I never understand the inside jokes, but I'll still laugh along 'cause that's just how I cope. I'm on this roller coaster next to an empty seat. They're riding all the highs, but it's just feeling low to me. And I don't mind 'cause I'm almost in the circle. So I tell myself there isn't enough room. This bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. I'm just rolling along for someone else's ride. But if you ever need me, I'll be right here on the side. 'Cause this bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. Oh, this bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The